Continuing education, here we are on week 4 with Mark and Raina. So this week we learned some fun things, some interesting patterns. We started with a left side throw out, and then we did a right side underarm behind the back for the leaders, kind of cut off whip with a groove section of sways. Then we went in and did a basic, a sugar tuck after that exit, and we then went into a entrance that had a fake whip to it, a fake whip entrance with a spinning exit. So I'm sure that made total sense. We'll show it to you first and then we'll break it down a little bit. So starting with the left side throw out, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5 and 6, underarm behind the back, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, sugar tuck, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That was all of it for today. So slowing it down, taking it piece by piece. Leaders, making sure your hand is on your follower's back in the nice shoulder blade, lat connection, fingers pointed up, heel of the hand downward. So you want to have more connection on the butt of the hand than you do the fingertips of your follower's back. And we talked about this is a great place to dance with sways at the beginning of a song if you want to. So just taking your time, syncing up your connection, your energy with your follower, and then settling them away into the in and the out moment. We talked about for the followers, how do they know that this is happening versus just a left side basic pass in close position. And the first thing is that the followers end up becoming a little bit closer. So in the forearm of the lead, as we go in, the collection happens here for 2, and then we send the followers away. We lengthen for the leaders the framing of the arm, so that gives the followers the chance to do a little hitch back where their toes stay on the floor.
This is advanced styling, don't do it.
A hitch back and then a release through. Leaders, we're sending the energy away. They have the rotation and we connect with the right to right hand hold. Moving into the next pattern, we did do a right side underarm pass at the beginning of class. You can try this one out just to get yourself acclimated back with that pattern. It does leave you in the sloth hand hold. You can still lead the next pattern with the sloth entrance of that hand hold, but if you want to start with it with the basic, that's okay too. From here, leading that underarm leads, I want to make sure that you're not trying to get your follower to pass you. That was something I started to see towards the end of the class, and we didn't get to break it down too much. So try not to get your follower to pass you. That's going to bring a lot of force for her and momentum. You want to be stepping towards her. So making sure that as I'm leading, 1, step towards my follower and bring the hand over the head. And that way we're really close together as they go for 3 and 4, I'm staying here. So I'm showing you this version in the video. We worked on a lot of the other versions in class, and this one we didn't end up seeing as much in the free form when I gave you guys the freedom to dance your own dance. Leaders, you notice I did 2 steps and then I hung out. From here, I want my follower to weight change, in and out and in and out. So with my hand in the back, I'm not doing any sort of compression against their hand or their palm. I'm not pulling them this direction and then sending them away. I'm merely counterbalancing with their own hip weight and then making a shift in my own. Yes? And then the further I go, the maybe then more that the follower would end up going as well. If I'm doing them little or if I'm doing them quick, 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 quick. Yes? So you can see that that can be felt for the follower. And this one's nice because we're angled away from each other, and then in towards each other, away from each other, in towards each other, and away. The next thing we talked about in class was the exit strategy. We gave you a couple options for the exit strategy. One in particular is to make sure that as you're doing the sways, you're going to set up your follow to land on that left leg for the last one, so that their right leg will be free for their step as they exit. So if I'm coming in, I need to be thinking about my exit now. I need to be thinking about it now. I need to be thinking about it now. So anytime I'm coming in is a nice time to think about prepping, so that the next time they take the step, because they're gonna go from in to out, and then you're gonna be leading them away and through. On that exit, we chose to go from in to away. I brought my arm underneath, and then the next step that the follower took, they're gonna be going in, but I'm moving out of the way and bringing the arm up over their head so that they can make a rotational exit. Then we did a sugar tuck, give ourselves some grounding, some breathing room. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make a hand change if you did it with the right to right. Starting with the classic left hand hold, we gave a very soft whip entrance. So we talked about this in class. Whatever your basic whip compression is to get your follower to flip around on a scale of 1 to 5, 2 below that. So you want it even softer. When you're leading this J hook entrance, there's not a lot that needs to be given to your follower. They're gonna be, whatever they read is what's gonna happen. If it doesn't work out perfectly, that's totally okay, because even if the follower doesn't catch it, you just turn around, do something else, reset, try it again. So that's the beauty of this move. The next thing is that you wanna make sure that you're starting to focus, leaders, on your right arm. Followers, you need to have your left arm not glued to your body like a dead arm. You want to have it out to the side so that there's a little bit of frame to your arm, so it's floating out to the back or the side. It's never held against you, so that there is something for the lead to catch. If your arm is down here, there's nothing for me to catch. So when I'm prepping and coming in for a rotation, I always bring my free arm in towards my body, so that as I'm coming in, there it's much closer to my lead. If I don't bring my arm in and I leave it out, it makes it very hard for my lead. So when I'm
Some would
coming,
say dangerous.
dangerous for sure. So as I'm coming in, I'm bringing that arm in front of me, almost in this basic handhold position, and that's why Mark can catch it. Now he caught it so early, and that's what we want from our leaders, catching it early. Let your follower get over her right leg just a little bit, and then already start leading her out of it. It needs to feel like rocking and going. Some of us were letting us settle too long, and it became a much different pattern. So, are you leading? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Yes? Complete. Wonderful. Anything you want to add to that whole set?
Specifically the last part with the, whatever we ended up calling it, the rocket or whatever. The followers, Rana is saying, keep the arm up and available, bring it towards you so that it's available for the leaders. To the leaders, I say, also don't just wait for the followers to bring their arm up, but also make an offer like this of the hand, and that, I think, greatens your chances of receiving that, because it's a signal, hey, I'm going to use that arm, or I have something where I could use that arm. They don't necessarily have to accept that offer or take you up on that offer, but it's another signal you can send your follower to say, hey, I'm going to use that hand if you give it to me.
Yes, because if I'm leading this move and I don't give any sort of that signal, then my follower is going to just dance past it. So I need to be already giving that clue to my follow, exactly what Mark was saying. Well done today, you guys, and we will see you next week for our last class of this session.